Welcome to this Explainer Metro team. Look, I am so incredibly pumped to be walking you through this today. We're going to dive straight in with some massive energy, because what we're looking at here isn't just a basic update, and it's definitely not some dusty corporate document. We're here to talk about dominating our market. We are here to talk about building a machine that is absolutely built to conquer. Right, let's get into it.
Metro machining is not playing small. That is the fundamental truth we're starting with today. This vision we have, it isn't just some catchy marketing slogan we stick on a wall and completely forget about. No, we are actively building an unstoppable machine to conquer line boring and engineering across Victoria. We're talking about a massive footprint stretching all the way from Campbellfield down to Gippsland. We are building the real deal here, hiring the people, running the systems, and scaling up. Because let's face it, you don't conquer anything with a team that's just held together with tape and goodwill. You conquer with structure.
So here is our map to the future. Now, looking at a full org chart, I know the temptation is to think of it as a corporate restraint. Just a bunch of boxes telling you who the boss is. I need you to completely flip that thinking right now. This chart, this is the actual vehicle that will carry this entire team to our ambitious future. It's a living blueprint of exactly how we win. I want to pause right here and make this absolutely clear. There is no successful company on Earth that does not have an organizational structure. Let that sink in for a second. Name any successful business, any size, anywhere. They all have one. And not because someone forced them to draw it, but because structure is the mandatory foundation for any business that wants to actually grow without completely crushing the people inside it.
The F1 car analogy, the engine of growth.
Growing without a plan is incredibly dangerous. Picture Metro machining as an F1 car, okay? The horsepower, that's the work. It's the new clients, the bigger jobs, the extra staff, and most growing businesses obsess entirely over horsepower. They just keep stuffing more and more power under the hood. But here's the thing, a car isn't just an engine. It's the chassis, the brakes, the suspension, the steering. If you keep adding horsepower, more work, more demands, without building the rest of the car to actually handle that power, you don't go faster. You spin out, you lose control, you crash. The organizational structure we're looking at today, that is the rest of the car.
And that brings us to a massive realization. More work without more capacity is not growth. It is chaos. If we just pile on more line-boring jobs and bigger engineering contracts without the right structural support underneath it all, we're just engineering a massive crash. We are building the capacity first, so the horsepower actually moves us forward.
Section 2, No Burnout Strategy, Growing with Structure.
I want to speak directly to a very real, very painful reality in our industry. So many workshops try to scale by just working their existing guys into the ground. But listen, burning out is a slow-motion business failure. We all know what growing without structure feels like. It means overwhelm. It means everything falls back on one or two key people who, honestly, start dreading the phone ringing. Deadlines get missed, quality drops, and good people leave because they just can't see a future. It's miserable. But growing with structure? That creates clarity. It creates calm. Everyone knows their role. Decisions are made by the right people at the right level. It creates a stronger culture, higher retention, and a place where you actually want to show up to work. The whole goal of Metro's structure is to completely eliminate the chaos, spread the heavy load, and drastically improve your working conditions.
Section 3, The Blueprint, 5 Structure Principles.
So how did we actually build this map? Well, there are 5 core principles here. First, span of control, meaning no one person is a bottleneck managing too many people. Second, structure first. We design the roles the business needs, then find the perfect fit, not the other way around. Third, and this is absolutely massive, team as investment. Admin, estimators, operations, they aren't overhead. They are vital investments that free up the team to multiply our capacity. Fourth, we build 3 to 5 years out. We're mapping the destination ahead of the wave, not just patching today's holes. And finally, infinite game. We solve new challenges by adding the right roles, not by squeezing the existing team harder.
Section 4, Walking the Layers, Organizational Map. Now, I want everyone listening to know exactly where they sit. Layer 1 is the top of the chart, the strategic owners. Here we have Pat and Carl. They hold co-equal authority as the directors. Their job at this level is to guide the overarching strategy, ensure the vision is clear, and keep the entire machine pointed in the exact right direction. Moving down, we have Layer 2, the department heads. Ange in the office and Damien in operations are perfect examples here. They are dedicated leaders who own entirely separate, highly critical functions of the business.
By owning these massive pillars, they ensure Pat and Carl aren't bottlenecking the daily decisions, and the rest of the team gets the direct support they need.
Next is Layer 3, the team leaders. This is how we actually distribute the load. We're talking about leaders like Steve managing senior workshop machining at Campbellfield, and Sean stepping into the future foreman role for line boring on site. They manage the specific projects, they ensure the tradesmen have exactly what they need to execute flawlessly.
And that brings us to Layer 4, the field staff pool, the tradesmen and the apprentices. Ilton, Ethan, Jason, Dan, Braden, Kobe, you are the essential boots on the ground. You're deployed per job and per project. You are literally the tip of the spear that actually gets the work done. And the layers above you? They exist purely to make sure you can do your jobs without the chaos.
Now notice the boxes marked TBD and Future Hire. When you see those empty boxes, I need you to aggressively reframe how you look at them. Do not see overhead. See relief. Those boxes are the cavalry. They represent crucial relief coming to take the weight off your shoulders. They're a buffer that guarantees no single person has to carry the whole weight when the workload gets heavy.
So, the crucial point is this. Every empty box is a future Metro teammate. It is an opportunity for career progression. An empty box is the role above you that you can grow into. It is the apprentice you get to train. It is a shared workload. It is the absolute opposite of a threat.
Section 5. The Endgame. Where this leads.
So where does all of this actually lead? Imagine this dual-engine future. Campbellsfield running an afternoon shift, fully operational 16 hours a day, 5 days a week, literally doubling our output without needing a second building. Meanwhile, Gipsman spins up into a completely independent branch with its own parallel org chart, its own ops manager, its own field staff. We're talking about two massive engines dominating the state. The future foreman becomes the foreman. Apprentices become tradesmen. The whole machine levels up.
Let's bring the full map back on screen one last time. Every single name on this chart matters deeply. But those empty boxes, they matter even more because they represent exactly where we are going. We are not just growing a workshop. We are building a machine that can carry all of us, all the way without burning anyone out. That is how we win together.
Look at the plan. Know your role. Know who is standing beside you, and know exactly what is being built above and below you to support you. We have the map. We have the engine. This is how we take over the world. The structure is in place to support you, so the only question left is, how far do you want to take your career within it?